What's good? YouTube Live. What's good? Facebook Live. As you come in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications. I ain't gonna waste y'all time. I'm gonna jump right into this. It's gonna be a few minutes. As y'all know, I've been doing videos on toxic energy and soul ties, how to break soul ties. I'm doing a slight little series to help y'all. I see some of my friends and surrounding people who I involve myself with need to hear this, so I can help. If I can help, and if I help you through a situation, please hit the like button, hit the notifications. This is vital information for y'all out there who's having trouble uh, finding somebody or trying to get rid of a soul tie or a toxic friend, a relationship, family member. This is the place for you tonight. I guarantee you, this information I'm going to share is going to help. Let me see. I'm going to make sure that like I said, I'm going to hold y'all up a long time. I'm going to share this information quick, fast, because I got stuff to do too. You know what I'm saying? So let's jump right into this. Hit that like button as y'all come in. I appreciate y'all for joining the live. And whoever joined the live, I guarantee you, if you're in a toxic situation, if you're trying to find somebody, I guarantee you, this video is for you. And if you've been blessed by this video, please share it or like the video. Get this algorithm up. Help to wake subscribers up. Yep. Wake on up, because I guarantee you, y'all ain't gonna hear no more information like y'all gonna hear on here. Now, how to break soul ties, right? A lot of y'all have soul ties, and then soul ties is a pandemic. Relationships back in the day was simple. I don't think there was never no such thing as a soul tie back in the day. It wasn't no situationships. That's a big problem now with situationships. And, people can't go to the threshold of getting in relationships anymore because things aren't traditional anymore. Tradition has flew out the door. There's no more tradition. Nobody act traditional. People expect the same traditional ways. And that is tradition is really outdated. Tradition is outdated. Going on tradition, it's just like watching it's just like listening to record players. You still listening to record players. And I know some people, old school people, who still do got record players. I know old school people do right now struggle with technology because they still live by the old school principle, right? I know a 90-year-old woman who has never touched an iPad or a phone. She let her kids do it. She just don't know how to do it. And never seen social media, never been exposed to social media. That's another thing, was hurting our relationship, social media. And, everybody is for everybody now, But breaking a soul tie. And this real important for y'all people who are really I say in the 30s and 40s, trying to find somebody, But it's this soul tie. right? That you just cannot get rid of. And it's not only through a relationship, somebody who you slept with before. It's through friends. There are soul ties you got to get rid of too. Friends, family members. These soul ties prevent you from going to the next level because these are the people who you can most relate to. You know, when you want somebody not to judge you, where do you go? You go to the soul tie because maybe it's something that you don't want to get rid of, right? Maybe it's something you don't want to let go. You go to the soul tie because the soul tie is connected, can relate to you on a deeper level. The soul tie don't judge you. The soul tie do what you do. That's why the soul tie is so toxic. Remember, y'all, hence, we're talking about friends, we're talking about family members, right? We're talking about boyfriends, girlfriends, we're talking about all around. The relatable person who can relate to you the most is the one that's bad for you. Just like food. Every time you get hungry, you get lazy. You go to McDonald's, right? And that's fast food. It's microwavable food. You result in TV dinners. Because why? It's relatable and it's fast. You don't have to do no work. You don't have to do no work. It's microwavable. And your friends, your family, and the person you sleep with is microwavable. It's easy access. And these people are easy enough to keep you. I know a person on food stamps still. It was on food stamps 30 years ago. It's still on food stamps now. Strictly. I'm talking about living off the government assistance. Never bought a house, never did. Because they stuck in their ways. Right? That's just an example of how your soul tie is connected to you. Right? Remember, y'all take this note. Your soul tie is connected. It's easy mode. It's just like playing. Remember when you used to start off on the video games on easy, and you beat the game, and you put it on hard? No, it's easy. It's always on easy mode. They always relatable. They always easy access, and they easy to come by. Right? This is how you know the people that's bad for you. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about friendships too. These are the people that's bad for you. The people who are easy to come by. Right? The people who just easily access. You can just call. Right? Those are the people that's bad for you. So remember how to cutting soul ties. All the part in cutting soul ties is the easy access. Especially in relationships. This side is daunting in relationships because it's easy. You've been a soul tie is usually a person who you've been familiar with throughout the years, right? When you was doing some messed up stuff in the streets, right? Those are the soul ties. When you was doing the messed up stuff in the streets and you was running the streets, that's where you meet your soul ties, right? And they are all tied to alcohol, drugs, and all ecstasy pills, and any other thing you can name, with culture. See, if you had a quick pause, if you had an addiction before, you're supposed to cut everything off that was a part of that addiction, including the people. You see, When you cut an addiction off, you have to cut the people off. That when you was using the addiction, so that's important when you cutting off a soul tie. So remember, easy access, and if this how it goes before I get into the next phase. When you cut off a soul tie, or you want to promote a soul tie, right? We talking about friends. I got one friend couple friends, they've changed their ways in their 20s. They ain't the same people who they was in their 20s. They ain't the same people who they was in their 30s. See, it's always that one person who is willing to adapt and change with you. You see? And I got a few people who on my roster, I could say, that adapt and changed. You gotta let some people go sometimes, and they'll come when they change. That's when they can come back in your circle. So I'm telling y'all, and I'm gonna get right into this. When you get off into a new relationship, right, you gotta cut off soul ties. You gotta cut off soul ties. You gotta cut off friends. I'm telling y'all, that is vital. That's just to get that. You gotta cut off friends. You gotta cut off everybody. That is vital to having a healthy relationship with your soul mate, not a soul tie. So I just threw my little 2 cents up in there. A soul tie, right? It's all about cutting off soul tie. And you ask me, how could you cut off a soul tie? What you must do to cut off a soul tie, right? Ask me what I must do to cut off a soul tie. Remember, soul tie is negative energy. And I'm about to show y'all how to cut off a soul tie. I'm about to tell y'all, this is real simple. How to cut off a soul tie. Cutting off a soul tie is all about your habits, changing yourself. You cannot do the same things that you've been doing, right? You have to change yourself. You have to change your life. You can't do the same things you've been doing, because you're going to keep the soul tie around. We talking about friends. We talking about your mate. We talking about family members who we can't get rid of, right? These soul ties, you have to change everything about you. And I know that that's hard to some people, but I'm telling you the hard. I ain't about to tell you 5 steps like these fake internet ninjas. I'm telling you what I had to do. I had to do it the hard way. I had to cut off everybody and be alone. That's the first step, y'all. That's how to cut off a soul tie. All right, let me put my face on it. How to cut off a soul tie, you must be alone. You have to cut off everybody. I don't give a damn if it's your dog, the fish in the fish tank. You got to cut them all off. You have to know and learn how to be alone in the dark, because that's the scariest place. Because I'm telling y'all, that's where the answer is. That's where God is. God is where you are alone at, because that's the only way he can talk to you, right? So remember, cutting off a soul tie requires being alone. 0. You can't see, some people jump from relationship to relationship, from friendship to friendship, from family member to family member. You can't do that because that's replacing a bad habit. That's just like replacing cigarettes with Black and Milds. That's just like replacing alcohol with wine. You cannot have a substitute. You have to totally cut it off. You have to have the discipline behind it to do so. Right? And it requires hard discipline. And you ain't gonna be able to do that. You got to go through it. You have to have somebody hurt you 1,000 times before you get the picture. Right? You gotta be totally alone. You gotta be committed to being alone and in the dark. That's how you can confront your demons and confront whatever those demons that your soul ties got. Because people got demons, right? And in order to cast them demons out, you gotta cast the demons out of you. Right? You got to cast them demons out. So because people come with demons, that's why it's important to be alone. To exercise, to exorcism yourself. Because toxic energy comes with people, like colds and flus and disease and sickness. And COVID is contagious. I'm telling y'all, toxic energy is contagious and it will ruin your life. I'm telling y'all, it's vital. Not only vital to your love life, but vital to your health. Your health is number one. These people with this toxic energy can cause sickness in your body. This is what's important. Y'all gotta know. Y'all gotta know what you gotta know. This toxic energy causes sickness in your body. The people who you be around. The negative energy. That's why it's called toxic energy, because in toxicity is disease and all type of negative energy is disease and cancer and diabetes and this comes with toxic energy. I'm telling y'all, the most common things that you may not overlook that brings toxic energy. And this is why it's so important to watch or get rid of toxic people, because not only did they bring you up, not only do they bring bull BS in your life. I'm trying not to call my words BS in your life, but they also cause dis-ease. Can I get an amen? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna say this one more time. All right. Not only do they bring drama into your life, but they bring dis-ease. Can I get an amen? Oh, y'all heard that one. They bring dis-ease. You sick because of toxic people. Let's get into that. You are sick physically because of toxic people and your soul tie. Can I get an amen? Jesus Christ. Y'all pick the people. Can I get an amen again? Jeez. All right. These people bring sickness and dis-ease into your life. And you wonder why you're sick. You wonder why something wrong with you. Because toxic energy goes always. So it's real important to negative energy. And we talking about frequencies too. How many of y'all know about frequencies? Radio waves, toxic energy work the same way. And it puts you on a channel. You see, it puts your brain wave on a channel, right? And your wave, because that's why when you on a certain channel of energy, right, you see certain things. You only see things that toxic people see. Woo! Can I get an amen? You can only see things that toxic people could see, right? When you scrolling on social media, guess what only videos you see? Toxic videos. Amen? A toxic world is created around you. So when you're surrounded by toxic people, you only see toxic things. You are on the channel of toxicity. That's why you be riding in the car, people be looking at you crazy. Because what? You on the channel of toxicity. You find yourself liking to go to toxic neighborhoods. If you in a gas station in the middle of the night, or you in any hood, I don't care what it is at, around a bunch of ghetto ass people, guess what? You're toxic. You surround yourself, but not even on purpose, because you just familiar with toxic things. You are familiar with toxic things because you surround yourself with toxic relationships and around toxic people. Now your surroundings are toxic. Now you are living in toxic neighborhoods. Your apartment is around toxic people. You hit them up, the ninja upstairs hollering and screaming. Nah, it's because of you. If you in the ghetto neighborhood and you shop at ghetto stores, it's because of you. And it's because of the toxic people you can relate to. You can relate to all those toxic people. You can relate to the imperfect, crazy man yelling upstairs in your apartment. Oh yeah, we're gonna get technical here. So it's the toxicity in your surroundings. Hold on. It's the toxicity in your surroundings that, let me take myself out of here. You can recognize that's holding you back to that you should know that you are toxic. And that is the deal. Hold on one moment. Give me 1 second. All right. So that's how you know when toxic people in your circle, right? A lot of bad stuff start to happen to you, right? And you would notice how do you know you toxic? When you are in situation where toxic people is, right? If you want one thing, if you at a ghetto supermarket, this is how you cast the toxic devil out of you, right? If you at a ghetto supermarket, you toxic. If you find yourself surrounded by ghetto people all the time, you toxic. See, it's all in you. And this is how you know it's just goddamn simple. It's real simple. It's really, really simple. How you know that you toxic. Ain't nobody perfect. And the people that's around you, the people that call your phone, that's another thing. Can I get an amen on that one? For real. The people that are surround you. If everybody surround you is ignorant, something wrong with you. Now you gotta say that. Can I get an amen? If everybody surrounding you is ignorant, you a fool. For real. Y'all talk about the toxic people and all these toxic. No, it's just this simple. But most people do not want the responsibility, right, of looking inward, right, and saying, "Oh, I ain't did nothing to nobody. I ain't did this. Yes, you in the mix. You just as guilty as they are." Can I get an amen? So if I'm running with thugs and I'm running with killers, guess what I am? I'm gonna get convicted too. And that's how God convict y'all. When y'all running with people, when y'all ain't supposed to be with people. Y'all don't supposed to be with these toxic people. God convicts you, right? If you in a stolen car, right? If you in a stolen car and you get pulled over by the police, guess who's going to jail? You can't get you going to jail too. No matter if you don't know it or not. If somebody got crack in the car, guess what? You running with that person, you going to jail too. So guess what's gonna happen? When you running with toxic people, God is convicting you too. That's why you got to get rid of toxic people. You can't run with them. People who ain't on the right path, because you're going to go down with them spiritually. See? Can I get an amen? You're going to go down spiritually, and God is convicting you. of being toxic too. So it's important when you see and you know that somebody that's close to you is toxic, just know this: you're going to suffer the same karma as they do. You're going to suffer the same karma. And it's unfortunate because it's just like when you are in the car with somebody who's with a killer who just killed somebody, and then you don't even know you're an innocent bystander. You can be with a gangster who just killed somebody and they just seen you and them, they just seen them and they shoot at the car. Bam! You're done. It works the same way. Toxic people put their sins on you, and you can't avoid it. So that's important. Learning these, paying attention to these few things which we're surrounding you, because it's key to your health. Toxicity is key to your health. If you have a toxic person, right? Guess what? Your health is gonna fail too, right? Because toxic energy brings dis-ease as well. Bad negative energy. Bad negative energy brings dis-ease, and dis-ease people. And you know that people got all sick all the time. Toxic people was always sick. Toxic people is always sick. They always got and you know what? Toxic people always call you with something wrong, because it's toxic energy. It's always wrong. Wrong is toxic. So if you got somebody always calling you with toxic, with something wrong and how to solve something, that right there, when you trying to solve it with them, that brings you down too, right? It's just like when somebody's holding on to a cliff, right? And you can extend your hand to them, right? And they weight can bring you down too. It's the same thing. The person hand you holding is bringing you down, right? And that's with anybody. So that's real simple. When you're dealing with toxic energy, know that nobody is not exempt. There's dis-ease, and people who you call family, friends, it's disguised in toxic energy, because toxic energy is relatable. Relatable toxic energy. People run the toxic energy because you can relate. Toxic people can relate to you because they got problems, right? When somebody got problems and got a messed up relationship, and they gonna come to you, or anything dysfunction in their family, it's always something wrong. That's toxic energy right there. And that's something that you ain't qualified to help them with. They got to go to God for that. You got to let toxic people go to God. You got to stop fixing people, because you may have somebody, there's something good in that energy right there. That's why I tell y'all to cut off all people, cut off everybody when you in something new, because you don't want that energy. You know what I'm saying? That same insecurities and leaks. The number one breakup of a relationship is insecurity. Number two is finances. And if anybody calls an insecurity in you, they've not. Let me tell y'all something. Nobody's perfect. But the key to to the only way to do this thing, and I'm gonna close out because I've been hella over. The only way to do this thing is the right way. There ain't no loopholes. It's only to do right by God. It's only to do right by people. That's the only way to do it. This ain't no tricks, and ain't no tips, and ain't no cheat code. And the only way this ancient, that's old school, that's traditional, was the right way. And that's the only way to that's the only way. It's the right way. Toxic energy, and it works the same way as it's scientific. It works the same way with any energy. All energies can be manipulated, right? How do they manipulate cars to make it work? The same way they manipulate your mind, and it's the same way. It's all manipulation. But that's another story. I'm going to continue this because I ain't done yet. I got a whole lot of, I just have the two that I wanted to cover with y'all, the two simple steps to get rid of toxic people and your friends and your family. If you was blessed by this, if you got somebody this and this helps you, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my future videos. Hit the notification. Please share it if you like. I'm going to continue to part 4, part 5. I ain't cover all the steps, but this video was only supposed to be, what it was, 10 minutes. But jeez, I appreciate everybody for joining the live. This was a live video. I got a whole lot more videos I'm gonna drop. If you support, but if you, I don't give a damn. For real. I don't give a damn. If God bless me with a huge audience, I'm glad with the audience I got right now. God bless me with a huge audience, so be it. All I gotta do is be myself, state my truth, and really, what's on my mind that what most people come to me as. I'll put it all together in a live video. So I'm going ahead and get up out of here. I gotta eat something, And I appreciate everybody for joining the live. Thank y'all. Show yourself in the comments. On playback. And I'll get with y'all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday? Yeah, tomorrow is Friday. Monday, Tuesday. One of the days. Watch out for the recording. I'm gonna drop in a lot of videos. I got a lot of videos recording. I'm gonna drop them like one by one. All inspirational to teach your ass something, And what else do I have to cover? That's it. I appreciate everybody for joining the live. I'm out this piece. I'm about to go get something to eat. Enjoy the rest of my night. Peace. Blessings. God bless all y'all.